A warm welcome to Joburg Today, where we bring you nothing but the best when it comes to local, homegrown stories. I'm your host, Riley Saganifosakwe. Providing access to funds for women entrepreneurs was a central point in this year's Global Entrepreneurship Week. Noshina attended some of the sessions hosted by the WDB, a world-leading financial institution.
25 years ago.
Women hold the key to unlocking economic growth in the country, and more needs to be done to foster female entrepreneurship. That is the basis for the founding of the WDB Investment Holdings, hosting this discussion.
The dialogue session that focuses on providing access to finance for women entrepreneurs is considered an integral one, given that women have traditionally always been underrepresented in the economy in one way or another and remain underrepresented to some degree. The WDB maintains that even though great strides have been made over the last 25 years to provide access to finance for women entrepreneurs to bring their ideas to life and to make a positive contribution, they maintain this process has to be a never-ending one.
It's a very important agenda because even though we've made some strides, over at least the past 20 years as a democratic country, we have not really moved far enough. We know that women are still very constrained and confined in this economy. We know that the statistics around, for example, just focusing on the SMMEs, we know that there is close to 6 million SMMEs, and close to 50% of those are women-owned SMMEs. But the majority of the women-owned businesses are still informal, and they are relegated to being survivalist businesses.
Government has been pumping funds into developing small and medium-sized businesses over the years. SEDA and SEFA are mandated to assist entrepreneurs in respect of their business development plans and access to finance, respectively.
There are very, very strong women out there that are running businesses, very strong businesses that are very sustainable, that we need to really continue to assist. We have funded women who are also in the mining space in terms of our funding activities, in agriculture and agro-processing. We tend to find a number of women that come into activities, but we can be able to do more.
In South Africa, overall, small and medium-sized businesses contribute around 51 to 57% of GDP. However, this is low when compared to other countries very advanced in promoting entrepreneurial activity. Noshina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
My name is Ray and you're watching Joburg Today.
We love hearing from you, so do hit us up on Facebook. That's joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those people who are constantly on the move, then you can catch us on pockettv.mobi. That's Pocket with an I. One of the key components of a thriving city is investing and rallying behind the youth. Jozi Work is such a platform that provides the youth with skills that will also help them gain employment.
The mayor in his State of the City address said Johannesburg is a city at work. And one of the key initiatives that we're taking is Jozi at Work. And Jozi at Work is a program, an initiative to ensure that we address both the question of unemployment and the question of skills and capacity, and giving people an opportunity both to learn skills, to build capacity, but also to have sustainable employment in the long term. So in particular, the way it will work is that we are developing a program where we will build some 1,750 cooperatives, and which will in turn employ about 12,500 people. This program is based on 5% of the capital budget, 10% of the maintenance budget, all in all, a total budget of about R1 billion directed to this way of working.
The whole system relies on this network of regional forums. Now, what those are public bidders briefings. So we've ring-fenced a whole chunk of city spending, over $1 billion between contracted services, repairs and maintenance, and capital, and in that spending translates into work packages. The work should be done as far as possible by local people. So it should be local people forming those co-ops, local people forming these enterprises, local people getting paid for it.
The City of Johannesburg has launched the Jozi Work program, which will see the unemployment rate decrease and also work hand in hand with the community to see a Johannesburg city as a better city. I'm Mpoma for Joburg Today.
I'm Lisa Raleigh and you're watching Joburg Today.
Being green is in vogue these days. Even the buildings on the other side of the fence are green. The Green Building Council of South Africa has certified over 100 buildings since its inception.
At the very basics, a green building is a building that is designed, constructed and operated. Very important that those three elements are there. So designed, built and operated to be environmentally responsible and then resource efficient.
Tell us a little about the organization you represent. What role are you playing in the space when it comes to transforming buildings?
So the Green Building Council of South Africa, we're an independent certification body and a membership-based organization that leads green building practice in South Africa. So our big motto, our big goal is to change the way the world is built and change the way that the property industry functions in terms of environmental sustainability.
And why is certification so important?
Certification is hugely important in maintaining independence of what is green, what is sustainable, specifically in the property industry. And what the Green Building Council does is via a rating system called Green Star South Africa, we provide an independent process to certify buildings in terms of their environmental responsibility and resource efficiency.
And how green are our buildings?
First and foremost, it's a young industry. The Green Building Council has only been around for about 8 years, but we've seen significant progress in the property sector. So corporate South Africa really has taken a lead. I must say that government too plays quite a big role in this Green Star uptake and in green building practice. Uptake was slow, or looking back relatively, it was slow. So in our first 2 years, we certified 1 to 2 buildings. Last year, in April last year, we hit a certification, and this is just to show the rate of escalation. We hit 50 certifications in April last year. Less than a year later, we hit 100. By the end of this year, it'll likely be 200. So we're seeing an exponential growth.
I know last year, the C40 Summit, a lot of the cities pledged big time to going green in respect of buildings. How does Johannesburg compare internationally, or South Africa for that matter?
So from a Green Building Council perspective, we now chair the World Green Building Council, which is a parent body for green building councils around the world. With our recent signing into the C40s network via Johannesburg, we really are taking a leadership stand. We're fairly new entrants to the market, but in the short amount of time that we've been active, we've leapfrogged and we've learned from other nations and other cities, and we're doing significantly well. City of Joburg is really trailblazing in what it is they're wanting to achieve in sustainability.
Hi, I'm Sky and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that's all the time we have for you today, but be sure to check out our playlist as well as Business Destination Joburg. That's it from me, Riley. I leave you with Runaway Train by the Heinz Brothers. Enjoy.
Back in ETV.
Change my name, it's what I had to do, you see. Living life in great confusion, to find a way to live at peace eternally, to get out of my illusion. Some days like a runaway train, some days I can't remember my new name. Some days like a runaway train. train. I've seen the faults, I've seen the light. I looked into my Father's eyes. Blindness is my real disguise. We all must live, we all must die. Doing all that we can to please ourselves, not thinking of tomorrow. Forgetting who we are, we think we're what is not. Beg and steal and borrow. Some days like a runaway train. Some days I can't remember my new name. Some days like a runaway train. I've seen the faults, I've seen the light. I looked into my Father's eyes. Blindness is my real disguise. We all must live, we all must die. Some change has gotta come my way before I fall outside. We could wait for another day, but that would not be right. That would not be right. I've seen faults, I've seen the light. Oh Lord, I looked into my Father's eyes. Blindness is my real disguise. We all must live, we all must die. I've seen faults, I've seen the light. Oh Lord, I looked into my Father's eyes. Blindness is my real disguise. We all must live, we all must die.